Album Review, the podcast where four totally unqualified guys review a different album every week in the hope of broadening our knowledge of music. However, we are easily swayed off topic and have no real idea what we are talking about. Today's album is Robbie Williams' Swing When You're Winning. And it's me.
It's Denver.
I think this album, initially starting it, it was surprising for me to know how many of the songs I knew just from hearing them, because my parents were big Robbie Williams fans. So very young Denver heard all these songs many times. Because you forget that back in the day, before we had Spotify and things, you'd buy an album and then that album would just be in the car and repeat for the next month or so, you know?
Absolutely.
Unless you got one of those, now that's what I call music.
That's what I call anal.
They were a fucking bomb. Oh, that's just gonna be like a hit of nostalgia.
I think they still make them, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Unlocked a core memory for Joe Midwood.
It really has. Do you remember the one I really liked, the McDonald's song? McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. That just used to be the jam.
They're called
on
the
Now
Ketchup
CDs.
Gals.
I bet that would be a bit of a challenge to try and find what was the best. Now that's what I call music album.
Oh man, I'm on it. I'm on it.
It wouldn't be a challenge.
It's all relative,
Which-
though, isn't it?
Why? What do you think was the best one?
Probably now 58.
No.
Oh my god, the Ketchup song is the best song.
Because they used to have 50 songs on those, didn't they? Because then
Now
they
there's
used to bring out
200.
several a year, didn't they? 2 a year, 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah, and then now you get 2 CDs in one packet. Don't you?
Yeah, what are they even on now?
2 what, sorry?
I think you still listen to them on Spotify.
CDs.
CDs nuts in
Now
your mouth.
that's what I call.
The best one is fucking hell.
Oh, is it 8? Oh no. Not 8,
That's what I call music 37.
They're on 110 right now.
on 110.
You can just listen to it on fucking Spotify. That's what I call music.
I've just got now. That's what I call music 110, and Little Mix's No is not available.
Whoa.
So is Love Nwanti by CK. In fact, there's a few on here that aren't allowed.
I'm
Apparently,
obsessed with you.
Maybe it's just that it's not allowed on Spotify kind of thing.
Maybe,
some
yeah.
people are really anal about it.
The best now one is Now TV 37, and the most essential song
Now TV.
was,
That's good.
Sorry, Now TV. Now that's what I call music 37, and the most essential song on that one was Only Girl in the World by Rihanna.
Wow.
And that was the most famous.
What is Now That's What I Call? Was the first one 01?
I think it was 0, wasn't it? That's what I call 0.
I don't think they would have made just a 0. Surely the first one would have just been called Now That's What I Call Music.
Oh, music. Because there are a lot of summary ones now that's what I call.
That's
the
what I
80s.
call jazz.
Yeah, Aidan's right. It's called That's What I Call Music, and it was released in 1983. That's how old it was.
Well, I was going to say, Now That's What I Call 25 has Ponder Replay by Rihanna and My Humps
My humps.
by Black Eyed Peas.
You mean my humps?
What you said?
Yeah,
I thought I said hump.
My
Who the
Humps.
hell would say my humps?
I know, that's what I
My
was
hump.
confused.
Give You Hell by the All American Rejects.
Isn't that the guy that... I'm pretty sure Humps is the guy that did that movie with Shaw. You know, the Fast and Furious ripoff?
Fergie's humps and short.
No, sorry, I was wrong. It's wasn't that the guy that... Wasn't he the guy that they made beer out? No, that's hops.
Terrible.
And on that note, this album.
Sorry, what's that? What do frogs do? Hop and Shaw.
Fuck's sake.
So yes, I didn't realise how much I knew these songs. So there was a lot of nostalgia listening to some of them.
Do you know why that might be, Denver?
Why was that, Joe?
It's a cheaty album.
It's a cheaty album.
Do you know why, Denver?
No. Joe, don't do it yet.
Do you know why?
Don't do him like this.
Why is
I
it?
want to hear his whole review before you do this.
No, I want to hear it now.
That's not how this
90
works. Joe's fucked
90%.
up. For God's sake.
90% of these songs are covers.
Are they?
It is
Yes.
It's
a
literally
cover
a
album.
cover album.
Right.
You've done us dirty.
It's fine.
Can't believe it.
But like, because I was listening to Straighten Up and Fly Right, and I was thinking, isn't this in Fallout? Turns out it is in Fallout, and it's also not by Robbie Williams. It's by
Frank Sinatra and his
Frank
daughter.
Sinatra. Yeah. Because I was like,
Wow.
some of the songs just felt really Fallout-y, and I was like, I'm sure this one's in Fallout, and that's how I found out that it's a cover album.
They're all.
Not all of them, just most.
No,
of
I
them.
think
first
it's
one is
like.
90%. That's what I said. 90%.
I don't think it. Well, when you said about this, it's like 50%.
Mr. Bojangles is
On
cover?
Wiki, it's classed as a cover album.
No, mate. Oof.
Is it really?
There
I
you
couldn't
go.
see it because when you initially said about it earlier, I couldn't see exactly what it was. Oh, swing cover album. It does say that, yeah.
So I've had a couple of cheaty albums. Aidan, I think Will's the only one that's not slipped
What do you
up.
mean? I've never had a cheat album. Fuck
Well,
you.
we're classing last week's as cheaty album, aren't we?
No, we're
No.
not. It was not
No,
cheating.
we
Yeah,
are.
it was. It was within
Oh, for
5
fuck's
picks
sake.
of the last
It would have
one.
been 6 months since we've done an album review. It doesn't matter. It's about time.
Alright. No,
It's about picks, though.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You can write my number in there. It's 0 now, and any album that you pick from now on is also 0.
But
because I'm a big cheater, aren't I? I'm such a big cheater for picking an album that people might want to listen to. 6 months fucking later. Not in the canonical timeline of album review it isn't. Shut the fuck up!
it's not canon.
Because it says it's nearly evenly divided between covers and original songs.
There you go. So you can't even tell which ones are.
So it can't go past a 5 rating, is what you
It
said.
literally can't. Regardless of what happens, it cannot be more than a 5.
Yeah, because 50% of the songs aren't his. So, you know.
What's it say on the when you go on like the credits?
Oh, damn. Joe, you did us dirty there. We were going to get all the way to the end of the review,
Yeah,
and
we
all of
did.
us were just going to rate
No,
it a 0.
Aidan, he ruined it even more by telling
gave
me...
me-
He started...
He told me before.
He
He
started-
started.
Yeah.
I
I
was
don't
so
know,
annoyed.
He gave me a gold opportunity.
He
What
didn't.
are
You
you
just
doing,
randomly
lad?
brought it up.
He
It would
said
have been,
was
it would have been
nostalgia, and I was
so
like, "It's 'cause
funny.
they're old."
No.
It would have been so funny to
We
get
wanted to
all
get
the
to
way
the
to the
end.
end of the review and then be like, yeah, it's a 0 because it's a fucking cover album, you stupid bitch.
I was so
Sorry.
mad.
Thing is, we didn't
Sorry.
give fucking Bon
Bon Jovi.
Jovi a 0.
We didn't
because it
know
was-
until afterwards.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
but now we
if
know.
you guys knew, you should have told me rather than
Why-
holding on to it.
What,
We
this?
literally found out from
it like
today.
Yeah, literally
Yeah,
an hour
so-
before ours.
Literal hours ago.
You can't really go off that.
Oh, there's no can't. You can't rate an album based on how bad it sounds in your car, but you did, you stupid cunt.
In my speaker.
My speakers weren't very good, so fuck this album.
He still gave it a 7.5, to be fair to him.
Wasn't enough. Wasn't enough.
I apologise for calling you a stupid cunt.
Fuck's sake. Anyway.
So we now
carry
know
on
why
with
you
your
find it
review, Devo.
nostalgic, is because the album's
Yeah.
very well known.
It's because you never heard it from Robbie.
But if your family did have this album as well, I suppose, you know, you would have heard it even more because you've heard them before, and then they're on Robbie's album.
They're very old songs, though.
Extremely old songs.
And what's the
if they're
thing
classic
called when
jazz
it's like
songs.
100 years? Is it like statute of limitations or something? What is it called? Public domain?
Yeah, because like Happy Birthday's public domain now, isn't it?
Damn.
don't know how
I
long
would have
that
been
is.
livid if I was trying to copyright strike Happy Birthday.
What is the?
It's 100 years, isn't it? It's exactly 100 years.
But surely Happy Birthday isn't over 100 years
It's
old.
gotta be. Like, what, you think people didn't have birthdays before the 1920s?
I think they didn't have music.
There's no...
Oh, fuck off.
Music's been around since the dawn of time.
When is music no longer under copyright? 70 years. 70 years.
To be honest,
So
then,
how old are these songs?
This is probably... It's not even a cover album anymore. They're just Robbie's songs. the statute of limitations is over.
No, that's not how it
Well,
works.
because the songs are so old.
That is not how it works.
I mean, they would have come out in the 40s, meaning that, oh wait, no, because 2001.
Even if they're not still
The thing
things,
is,
it's still just copying someone's song.
The thing is, Frank Sinatra is still on this album. Like, it wasn't like he's gone behind his back. He's actually...
So Mac the Knife was written in
that was an old one.
1928.
Yeah,
There you go.
So that one's okay.
Mr. Bojangles
They're
is pretty
still
old.
not okay. They're still copying the song.
Something 19.
Oh, this is bullshit.
Something stupid is 1966. So
Anyway, guys, I've just come up with a brand new song. Are you ready for this? Bum 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 bum. I call it Aidan. It's going on all albums everywhere. It's mine now.
oh god.
I love that. Re-release a song 70 years later as your own. It's mine.
It was only like last year or the year
just
before.
like it's new.
It's new and different.
And then you copyright all the older stuff, so you get all the money from all the older things that.
Yeah, what happens in that situation? Like, so you bring out a song that's no longer under statute of limitations.
Yeah.
But then, can you still not, I guess, claim it's your own song? So someone has to like fight that corner of, like, is it really an original, or
No,
is it just every
like,
70 years you can literally carbon copy the same song and be like, my song now?
But the way it works is anything.
It's just like a race.
I like the idea that the clock ticks over midnight and someone's like recording it as it happens.
Someone just like the first person who uploads it. Like it's
It's me. They go 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, and I'm there going. Mine now, Alton Towers. Fuck off.
You just make millions from Alton Towers because Alton Towers don't
They're like, I'm sorry, but we have to use his version now. So you get on the little fucking monorail, and it's me just like speed doing it, taking massive breaths in between. I'm like.
Well, didn't like last year Paul McCartney sold all his music so that anyone could use it, didn't he? That was a big thing.
That's cool.
So I'm actually looking through the songs now, right? You know, so when I said it was half and half, I think the half and half literally just comes from that half of them had expired the statute of limitations.
Well, all of them are actually
because
covers.
all of them are saying how when they were originally written, and some of them are like in the 1920s. So like even when Robbie did it, it would have been free use.
He's put his own Robbie twist on it.
Yeah.
Is Robbie Twist just singing it as Robbie?
Robbie's twist is he made it worse. Thank you, Robbie.
I think. I mean, I put this in my notes. I think.
Cheers, Robert.
I think part of what made Robbie Williams so popular in like the early 2000s is the fact that he isn't the best singer in the world.
No.
So his songs are so easy to sing, like along to. Like I feel like someone doesn't need to be good at singing to sing a Robbie Williams song and just be able to like, you know, you might not sound good, but it will just there's no like high note or anything drastic that the average person wouldn't be able to achieve with their voice.
Sure.
I think he was so popular because
bit of music knowledge here. Shut up, Will. Sorry, music knowledge time. It's because he sings all of his songs in the key of C. Now, this is well known that he uses his voice as a baritone, which allows for people. No, I'm literally making all of this up. I have no idea
it sounded as good as Joe Midwood.
Just when Joe rambles about his sound engineer shit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
Will, you guys.
Who also claims he has tinnitus. So I don't know how good of a sound engineer
I'm a qualified sound engineer.
Tinnitus is just like you got flashbang from Call of Duty and it never went away.
It literally is. That's like that's an amazing analogy. Actually, that is true.
That's why they call me Aidan Amazing Analogy Wells.
Yeah, man.
What I was going to say is I think the reason he's actually really popular is because he was part of Take That, which were at the time the biggest boy band in the world and just huge. And then he had a massive drama where he left and it was so popular back then that it was just a massive thing. And then he released like Angels, which was massive.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of why he became so big.
Partially, but again, I think it's because they all tried to go solo and Take That, and only Robbie was successful.
But he was actually a good singer.
And
all the rest are kind
but
of
No. I think technically though, when they were in the band, Robbie was like the side piece. It was
He was the bad boy. He was always seen as like
yeah,
the
but
bad
like the
boy.
main lead singer of Take That was always
Gary Barlow,
was
the most
Gary-
boring
Gary
man to
Barlow.
ever exist.
Oh, Gary Barlow's wicked. I think he's an
God,
amazing singer.
like
as
he was
well.
always like the lead of
I
that
thought-
band.
I thought
so I
it
think
was
technically
Westlife.
he was
What?
probably the better singer of the two.
Did you just say
I-
Westlife?
I thought Gary Barlow was Westlife. Yeah.
Gary Barlow has as much personality as a piece of wet cardboard.
He's literally
No,
just a door.
these are just personal attacks. I think he's an amazing.
Well, you
singer.
think Barry's going to come down and slap the shit out of him, do you? Fuck you, Barry. If you're listening to this, Barry Barlow, fuck you.
Don't take it personal. Aidan's a penis. I
That's
think
not
you're
true.
an amazing singer, Gary.
I think he's
I
the
love
most
you.
average singer of all time, but he's a
Oh.
good songwriter.
Oh.
Very attractive. As
Wrote a
well.
lot of songs.
You know
for
who else
people.
is a good songwriter? Robbie Williams. He wrote all these songs that were already previously written. Recorded them.
It's so original.
I think the order of the songs was good in terms of how they spread out the
eras.
the features is what I was going to say. But I think they're actually bad in terms of like a lot of the slow songs are back to back, and then so it kind of like drags on a bit between some of the weaker ones and more enjoyable ones. I felt like it was basically deliberately ordered to space out the features rather than the actual difference in the way the song sounded or anything. I think the album starts really strong and ends really strong. A lot of in the middle is just kind of, it was good background music more than anything. If to just not do anything and listen to the album felt like it dragged. But to have it on in the background while you're doing something else, it was kind of, all the songs just sounded pleasant, just as a sort of mundane tone in the background, because it's that sort of jazzy, bluesy style. So it's just pleasant to listen to. And then the odd song that stood out, I was like, oh, this is a good one. And then kind of just goes along. Works much better when basically in the background doing something else rather than just listening
Works
to
much
this
better
album.
when you're not really listening to it. No, not truly.
Essentially, I think because then the weaker songs just kind of melt into this just pleasant sound, while then the better songs stand out a little bit as like, oh, I like this song. Then
I kind of get that, but then like I think you're probably actually right about that one in the sense that the production and actual like music itself that came on was always relatively high quality, but then and I don't know if anyone else thought this, Robbie would just come in rambling about nothing. As in,
there's
like,
a lot of just talking sections.
Not only that, but like, so the song would be like, it'd be really grand, and he'd walk in and be like, I just bought a bag of flour from local shop, and I'd be like, why is this in the song? I ran out of 4-ply toilet paper and had to use spare 1-ply and finger slipped up bumhole.
It's more so that they have that really nice song that's like quite a nice ballad, and then they just have a full-on argument.
Oh god, it's things. I fucking hated that.
the last song where they're like, oh, let's go again.
Oh, no, not that one. Although that one is.
Oh, the one with the woman.
They were like,
No.
that was fucking shit. Can we do that again? And he goes, nah, fuck it, I'm off home.
It reminds me, was it a
that?
Kid Laroi album that had those? Oh no, when Machine Gun Kelly had that like just talking interlude bit.
I really liked that though. It's very wholesome.
It kind of reminds me of those where they just kept it in because they thought this will be funny.
Oh, they had Kevin and Barracuda.
Oh yeah.
The difference is Kevin and Barracuda is just a whole skippable section that you can't, like, this is right at the end of the song. This is right at the end. They're just like, oh fuck it, we'll have an argument. I told you to stay Kylie, you went Madonna. You stupid bitch.
Yeah.
You stupid fucking whore, I hate you. We're not doing this again, I'm leaving.
That was like Things, wasn't it?
But yeah, like, why is that? Why did they keep? They were like,
Because Robbie thinks he's fucking hilarious, doesn't he?
What makes them think? You know what? That was gold. Let's keep it in.
I really like that. I really liked when I started telling the person that I brought onto the album to help me to co-star in the song. I really liked the part at the end where I started just being really abusive towards how she was singing. That was my favourite part. I thought you were actually shit, to be honest.
Did you also get the bit where they were like, "Oh, if you don't see it anymore, I'm going to tell everyone you're gay."
That is 2001 in a nutshell, isn't it?
You would not get away with that these days. But overall, I thought the album was pleasant enough, and I think the nostalgia of it just gave it that little bit extra where I probably liked it more than I would had I heard it for the first time. But other than that, it was just generally alright, and I think compared to most the average stuff we listen to an album view, it was something a little bit different that we wouldn't normally pick unless we had some sort of like swing or bluesy theme pick to force it, if you know what I mean. I thought the least favourite song was One for My Baby, because I just thought it was the most slow and boring, and of all the weaker tracks, it was just the weakest. That there wasn't even a tiny bit of that I thought was good to listen to. It was just a really easy skip, to be honest. It didn't really have anything going for it.
Yeah.
Now, my third favourite is kind of similar to what a few of the songs did. They did the whole call and response thing. I think on about 3 of the tracks, which worked better than others on some, and I thought it worked really well. My third favourite, Me and My Shadow, because I thought it was just in terms of the name of the song and the fact that there was always like one following the other in terms of what they were singing. I thought just the start, not necessarily the lyrics as such, but what the song was about and the way they produced it kind of matched in that way. So I thought that was quite interesting that you don't see in too many songs. I suppose it would only be like a song being called Bass and they're just playing a massive amount of bass. But I thought it was quite an interesting technique, or like a song being called Harmony and it just having harmony throughout the whole song. I suppose there's no real difference to that, but
I'd listen to a song with that.
But I also did quite like it as an ending. I thought it was quite grand, and I just loved the theme of the song, really.
They sound quite good when they're singing together.
Yeah.
Kind of fit well.
Especially when the other guy isn't even a singer, really.
Yeah.
I don't think.
What is he? A dog?
It's like
he's
Nicole
just an
Kidman.
entertainer.
Nicole
It's
Kidman is...
Jonathan Wilkes is the Me and My Shadow guy.
It's like Nicole Kidman who sings on Something Stupid. She's just an actor.
Yeah.
It's like one of the only songs she's done.
I like Rupert Everett isn't a singer. And he was in it.
Neither was Robbie.
There's hope for you yet, Joe, to be fair.
There's always hope. My second favourite was the first song, I Will Talk and Hollywood Will Listen. I felt like it was a very grand start to the album, and the second I would hear that, I'd be like, oh shit, I know this album! I've forgotten about this. Like, that was literally when I was looking for like different albums to pick. And I wanted to pick Robbie just because he has so many albums, and I think we spoke about him not too long ago about something, and it reminded me of him again.
It was when we was at Emma's and we played the kazoo game, I think, and then Robbie Williams came up, and then you were like, right, I must pick a Robbie Williams album.
Right, that'll be it. And I think I was just skipping through the albums and I heard that song start and I was like, oh shit, I forgot about this album. It's something a bit different, so...
Weird that you bring that up, because I'm pretty sure everyone said, no, you don't have to pick a Robbie album. And honestly, 2 months down the line, I think I stand by that.
I get a bad feeling from you, bad vibe from you, Aidan.
This is just what I've been giving off bad vibes since I was born, Joe. I was the kind of kid that came out of the womb smoking a cigar. They were like, oh shit, he's here.
Look, even if you don't like something, you've got
to chewed off my own umbilical cord.
You've got to find a positive in everything, haven't you?
I positively hate it.
So, like, chewing your umbilical cord, probably hurt.
Save the scissors.
You're free.
I'm free.
It's probably, don't they like harvest umbilical cords?
Harvest them for more
like
children.
Medicines.
We will grow the children from the.
I'm pretty sure there's like a thing for it.
You can apparently sometimes they do a really bad job, and later on in life it starts sticking out your belly button. And
you get an outie. Some people just have an outie.
Well, no, you get like a little stone in your belly button that they've got to remove because it's your umbilical cord.
If you ever think about it, your belly
you
button
don't have the little stone.
Your belly button is your old mouth.
It's true.
And if you get really poorly, you end up getting that put back.
Do you actually?
Doc, I'm feeling really sick. Stick the tube in
Yeah,
my
like
belly
when people like have to like have food just pop directly into the stomach.
They do it through the belly button.
No, they don't do it through your bed, but I'm just saying it's like a similar thing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
just open up another hole straight to
I thought
your
they did it. They do it through the neck, don't you? You got to have a little breathy straw.
Oh, lovely.
And then my most favourite song was Mr. Bojangles.
Mr. Bojangles.
Please tell me you're taking the piss.
Bojangles.
No?
Like, you didn't like Mr. Bojangles?
Mr. Bojangles was actually all right.
It was one of those, you listen to it. I remember listening to it thinking, this could equally be someone's least favourite song. Oh, their favourite song.
Will immediately goes to listen to it.
But it's definitely a nostalgia carrying it song. But I just think it's great and a really smooth song. And I just quite like it.
It's a I'd say it's a sturdy song. You know, it's
Sturdy?
safe.
What
It's
the fuck?
safe.
My
Nothing
favourite,
crazy happens. It's just what it is.
my favourite part is halfway through when he starts sounding like he's smoked his entire life.
Yes, that's the bit where I was
Oh my
like, people can either hate
what
this.
is this? It's like he's trying to do like the whole that Christmas song. Oh fucking what's it called?
When
Oh,
it's on New
Fairy
York.
Tale
Harry's
in
on
New
New
York.
York, but it's just bad.
Is it?
I can't believe you picked that as your favourite. That's interesting. So you haven't even put Something Stupid in your top 3?
Definitely not.
Are you
Too
mad?
easy.
Oh my god, that is
Too easy.
actually
Denver's
not-
different.
That is
Denver's
fucking
cool and
No, it's-
worky.
unreal.
Something. Oh no, it's
There's a
too
reason
lovey-dovey
that's
and-
got 87
Too
million compared
lovey-dovey.
to
You're in
everything
it.
else.
What?
I just don't like. I didn't like that song, but I don't know if that's like because I didn't like that song when I was younger. So I don't know if that's just like a born through thing.
Born.
I can't believe it.
Born
I
through
can't
thing.
believe it.
Born through.
And going off that, Mr. Bojangles is the second most listened to song. So,
Maybe 'cause it's awful.
Oof. Wow.
so yeah, that was my favorite.
I didn't say that.
In general, I was happy to listen to this for the change up from the normal album review formula. Nothing stuck out that I hadn't heard before. So in terms of the normal liking to hear something hear something new, it didn't have that for me because I already knew all the songs. But it was pleasant for what it was, and I don't think I can say much more than that really.
Cool.
Who is it? It's Joe.
Joe.
Is it no?
Oh,
Joe's,
it's
oh,
Aidan.
it's Joe's album, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll be last.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right, Aidan.
Me. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I do have a great deal of respect for Robbie as a singer specifically, not as a person. Don't like him. But his vocals and production on this album were extremely commendable. However, it was just so boring. Just so boring. And the lyrics, all of the lyrics sounded like the ramblings of somebody that's been in a few too many car accidents. Alright, Jim. But it was like that kind of shit, just all the time. I never had a want to listen to this album, so it got the bare minimum treatment, mainly because it's just not for me. The vibes were off. You know, like Robbie's wife when she was trying to have a kid and Robbie was laughing.
Yeah, but that
She
was
didn't pass the
that I
vibe
thought-
check.
She didn't.
Yeah, but-
I don't think for this album. I don't think I passed the vibe check personally.
Whoa, but that was a skit, wasn't it, with the wife?
Yeah. It
Was she not
wasn't it?
Was she not actually pregnant?
No, she wasn't annoyed. It was like
It was like a gag.
yeah.
But he got a lot of hate for it, didn't he? From like women being like, "Your wife is going through the most important moment in her life. You're just dancing around."
Didn't he already have a kid at that point? It can't be that important. The second one.
No,
was
I don't think that.
Yeah, but like he's just trying to
I
bring
think
up
that
the
was his
mood,
first kid. Because
That's true.
he's had kids quite old, isn't he?
Children are
Robbie.
children are like pancakes. The first one's always a throwaway. Everyone knows that.
Well, you think he's probably got loads of bastard childs, right? Surely.
Robbie was a bit of a wild card in the 90s.
He was. Wow, he actually looks way older than I thought he was.
He looks like someone left a leather bag in a drain.
Like, he's only 48. I thought he was much older than that.
Wait,
it's-
what? Really? He's only 48?
He's only 40. I thought
He
he
looks
must have been like...
terrible.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's all the drugs.
But yeah, to be fair.
It's like you look at Rob Stewart. Although he is like 70, I think.
Really horrible example.
Hang on, how old's-
This guy looks terrible. Robbie Williams is 48. Just look at the Queen. She also looks awful.
Oh, just search Rob Stewart, but Rob Stewart is not who's come up.
Oh no, Rob
Rob
Schneider
Sh-
maybe.
Rob Stewart. Oh, Rob Stewart is 77. He does look terrible.
He looks awful, just like Robbie.
But to be fair, you could look at pictures of him from early 2000s and he looks terrible there. So
Oh,
That's all right, and I'm glad that he's just lived a terrible end half of his life.
Personal attacks, like.
I'm just saying, drugs makes you look terrible.
Well, yeah, well, we probably, but
Well,
like,
only if you don't do
who
enough
are you
of
to
them.
say that?
Yeah. You just have to keep doing them. That's the key.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You stay young forever.
The gurning's supposed to help your jawline, because you're just
just
tensing up your
so
muscles
like
all the time,
chiseled.
PSA: if you do drugs, you'll be handsome. Someone send this to a primary school. They'll be like, I don't think. To be fair, I'm not allowed no primary schools anymore.
Why is that?
And I'm sure a real reviewer or music connoisseur would do this album justice, but I am neither of those things, so professionally it can suck an egg. The worst for me was Things, because I don't like domestic violence, and Mummy and Daddy should stop fighting at the end of their songs. Not a big fan.
Memorable though.
Memorable for the wrong reasons. Probably because I told you to think of Kylie and you weren't Kylie.
You didn't do Carl.
It was like a nice sounding song, and then I just don't know why they had to argue at the end.
And this is the thing, right? Robbie is clearly in charge of the production of this album.
Yeah.
So he actually at one point made the executive decision to keep in that, and at that point you have to wonder if Robbie is mentally sane. Because I don't believe it. My third favourite, which was weird because I didn't assume that me and Denver had anything in common anymore, was Me and My Shadow.
Ah.
Nice harmonies. I actually kind of enjoyed it, as a thing. It was alright. But number 2 was Mr. Bojangles, baby! Let's fucking go! I have no idea who Mr. Bojangles is, and I hope I never meet him. But man, was it a great song!
I can't believe
I'm surprised.
this.
I don't know how
When
you
Will
Mr.
said about him
Bojangles.
hating it,
Oh, it's
I was like, oh
actually
shit.
so bad. Fuck
But,
my life.
I think it has a really epic end though.
It does. It really does. And my number 1 for me was Something Stupid. Because it was one that I hadn't really ever heard before, in spite of the fact that obviously you guys on that night were like, oh, it's this song. And then you played it and I was like, this is kind of AIDS. And then you played it a few more times and I was like, it's still kind of AIDS, but it's probably the best kind of AIDS that you could possibly get. I feel like this is more like HIV.
Was that actually one of the songs that came up in that kazoo game?
It was, and that was the reason, because
Is
you
that
and
the one we talked
Will
about
knew
shit.
it, and me and Joe were just like, what the fuck are you on about?
Alright.
Yeah, overall, I have no desire to ever listen to any of these songs ever again.
Any of them? You just said
No.
it was a great song.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that, right, so when I think of great song, if I'm sat in a car, or whatever, I'm going for a car ride, not driving, because I hate that, but if I'm going for a car ride and someone passes me the aux, I'm not going to be like, this could use with Mr. Bojangles right now. This would make this journey so much better. Why the fuck would I put Robbie on, Joe? There is so many, there's so many extremely talented musicians, and I have to listen to him and some random woman argue about whether or not she was truly Kylie at the end. Fuck this album. Fuck this album. Fuck
But
your
do you not
chicken
think
strips.
because of the album review, it would become a meme that would play Mr. Bojangles?
Maybe, yeah.
No, because I'll
Almost
just
certainly.
leave.
Fair enough.
Just leave.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Bojangles has the potential of being a meme purely because it's a stupid name, but a weirdly endearing song. It has a charm to it.
Yeah.
I don't feel right in saying that it's really good, but I feel right in saying that it's cute.
Yes, cute is definitely the right word, I think.
Well, stop looking like that. Fucking hell, I know you've been playing Sleeping Dogs.
No, I just can't believe it.
I think it's just being racist.
I thought this is just so unbelievably bad. That song.
Oh, Mr. Bojangles?
I hate it.
You didn't rate it as your worst, did you?
He did.
We'll find
Well,
out.
you wouldn't do that to us, would you? Well,
I would. Is it my review?
oh, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, it's my review. Not to bring a
Mr.
massive
Bojangles is
negative
his
to
favourite.
this, but I really didn't enjoy this album almost at all. To be honest, I liked one song, and I thought the rest. There's a couple that were like, oh, they've got nice elements, but then the rest of the album I just thought was a complete waste of time and utter bollocks, in my opinion. Like I just did not enjoy this album at all. I never wanted to listen to it. And this is before I knew any of it was covers. Which I don't think.
I think that should lower everybody's rating by a
Which
good
kind of
3
should.
points.
But so this opinion is all without it being covers. But it is. I just never enjoyed it. I felt like his voice kind of jarred on me quite a bit, which is weird because I quite like his music usually, and I've seen him do concerts and stuff because of Mum being obsessed with him, and I actually quite like him on those types of songs. I didn't like his voice on these.
Have you seen Robbie live?
I haven't seen Robbie live, but Mum has like she has DVDs of like, do you remember when they used to do them of concerts?
Yeah, of like the live, yeah.
And I've seen them, and he's actually quite good.
I had a Dave Bautista DVD when I was younger. That's not even a joke. It was his best WWE matches.
I'm pretty sure Robbie Williams had the biggest single crowd turnout of like any artist.
Second only to Batista, when he Batista bombed Robbie off the stage.
I think that's correct. That used to be.
This is more football facts. Was it the first Wednesday of a leap year?
Biggest, what would it be like?
What's weird is I like the backing. It's all, to me, the backing is very, obviously because it's jazz, it's very Disney and like Toy Story and like Pixar. It's very like cute and nice to listen to. But then I hate any of the rambling shit because his voice just isn't like funny, and I don't find him charismatic at all.
His voice isn't funny.
No, I don't find him very charismatic. Nothing he says is that funny. I'm like, well, that's just, you're not funny. Like, why even say it? It feels like a 50-year-old
Robbie.
man has decided, I like jazz, let's just make a fucking album, yeah? And then it's just got like, it's just shit. I just don't like it at all. I actually, like, really just didn't enjoy it.
You're so mad.
I'm not mad. I
just disappointed.
I don't understand why it exists. I just feel like it's just shit.
Maybe this is one of those albums that could have actually benefited from the instrumental version.
Literally, I would have happily listened to it just in the background without any of the singing, and probably been like, yeah, that's all right. But no, it never really made it past that because of the shit singing. So worse for me was Mr. Bojangles. Fuck you, because it's awful. I don't understand how any of you have liked, and especially that fucking bit in the middle grates on me so much. I already didn't like his voice, and then he decides to just. What is he even doing? It's just cringy. I hate it. And then, oh my god! Right, third was Me and My Shadow, only because I liked the harmonies, and I don't know. It was the end of the album, so I was kind of glad. And the only other one that probably was competing with that would have been Have You Met Miss Jones? I didn't think it was terrible. It was just kind of nice to listen to. I haven't. Actually, I used to have a teacher called Miss Jones.
I wonder what she's doing.
Still teaching, probably. And
Probably
then
not listening to this album.
no, I wouldn't blame her, honestly. Second is I Will Talk and Hollywood Will Listen, because it has his best vocals on the entire thing. And I think it's like the only one that is actually his song. I might be wrong in saying.
No, I think that is.
And it's actually all right. Nice to listen to. It's a good opener, and you're like, oh, it might be a good, and then it's just all meh or shit. And then number one by so far is something
Mr.
stupid.
Bojangles, baby, I knew it.
Something stupid. It's the only
You
one that's pleasant to
fuck.
listen to. Nice lyrics. Their voices together are really cute. It's not like any other song, the way they sing it. It stands out by a long way. It's just actually nice. The rest of it, get rid of him singing, or talking, that as well. Might actually quite enjoy it. I just felt like it was just so. I don't know. I just felt like it had to be a middle-aged man to enjoy it, or 60-year-old man. I don't understand the who would even listen to this and be happy listening to
Denver
it.
would.
But I can understand if you was listening to it when you're younger and it's nostalgic because it makes you blind to things. But no, it's
Wow.
I'm joking. It's not for me. And I like jazz. I just don't. I just hate it.
Oh,
And that's why I think that's why it makes me
you like
angry because I like
jazz?
jazz. And I feel
You
like
like jazz?
he's literally ruined jazz.
You like jazz?
So
These are my winter boots.
I'm trying to.
So Robbie Williams does have the biggest
Penis.
biggest penis, biggest ever UK crowd
Biggest ever UK.
of any
penis.
artist.
Wow.
So it's not the biggest crowd ever.
And that was Batista.
What, even Freddie Mercury in the Band
Queen,
Aid?
no, Queen did not have a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
They
no
did
one
in
wanted
other
to go see-
they did in other countries,
I want to see that. Ugh.
but as in UK.
Yeah.
No.
To be fair, Will, you were there when Queen performed.
That was
What did you
they
think?
were really good.
I remember when Rory performed. That's weird, actually. I was 7.
What?
I remember in a hotel room in a Premier Inn when that was happening. Because I remember my parents watching it live at Nebworth.
What the fuck were you doing at that point when you were 7?
I think we were. I was talking to my parents about this the other day because we're doing this album review, and we were at Legoland.
Let's go.
So we'd gone to Legoland, and then we're in the hotel room on the evening, and then that was playing. I can remember it was in one of those pull-out beds, which was basically just a mattress in the hotel room. So you're on the floor on a mattress, and I remember a tiny box television in the hotel room. So before you had them mounted, and we were watching live at Nebworth then. He didn't sing this album on this, it was from his other albums.
It's probably
I
quite
never
good
got
then.
to go to Legoland.
You can still watch live at Nebworth. My dad has the album live at Nebworth and the DVD.
And the signed copy of Robbie's hair.
Yeah, and because he actually pulls a woman up on stage and just snogs her on stage.
That woman, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I know Reeves.
Nice.
Um,
Is it me?
It
No,
is.
it's not,
I
it's
want my
weird.
final word and my
yeah.
my one-word summary would be
Eat shit.
one word.
That's 2 words.
and
Shit.
one word would just be why. That's it.
Why?
I don't understand why.
That's
That's
a
like all
letter.
the
word to
That's a
describe.
letter, you stupid prick.
What did you say?
Sorry, that
I
was
don't know why Joe liked that.
What did you
I
say?
said
That
that's a
tickled me.
letter, you stupid prick. You said
no
why?
word. You
No
said
word.
No word.
The word is a letter.
Oh, that's really funny. Fuck you.
I did
That's as
see
funny
a
as
comedian.
Robbie Williams'
Go on.
little
Yeah.
words that he said. What did he say? Nobody remembers.
Don't be fucking gay.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably why he got a bigger crowd than Freddie Mercury, because they heard that and they were like, well, we're not going there now.
I also agree with Aidan. I think he's a bit of a prick, but
He is an
He is.
arsehole.
I think it's less so now, but he definitely was.
But I do think he's a good singer. I just don't understand why he did this.
I remember working, a while back, you know.
I was going to say,
working
remember
on-
when I worked for Robbie?
No, I didn't work for Robbie. I was listening to the radio and they got Robbie on in the morning. And literally one of the first things he said, he goes, I can't believe you made me wake up just for this interview. And I was like, what else you got going on, Robbie? You fucking ass. It's like 10 o'clock. What is wrong with you? I was mad. I was sat there packing fruit, pissed. And I was angry.
Oh, God. Go on, Joe.
Nothing funnier than turning
So-
up to work drunk.
I quite like jazz. So when I learnt that this was a jazz album, I was like, jazz. Because I quite like to have jazz in the background while I'm doing daily tasks. Or
I'd argue it isn't classic
just
jazz, though.
just
You like-
while
you
I'm
like
doing
jazz?
stuff. And I was like, because it's like this type of jazz that I like listening to. Just put on a jazz playlist and listen to jazz. But I cannot pinpoint the reason. Anytime I had this in the background while I was trying to do something, it just annoyed the shit out of me. And I just had to turn it off every fucking time.
I did the same thing this exact
Yeah.
afternoon. I was like, I had to take a break because it was pissing me off.
I was just like, this is just fucking distracting me from everything because it's so fucking in your face and just I just can't pinpoint the reason, but it just annoyed me whenever I listened to it.
Could the reason be that the song, Mr. Bojangles, is too good?
It's
Maybe it's
too
too
good.
You
good.
have to stop
Yeah.
what you're doing.
It makes all the other
Yeah.
songs seem shit.
Shit, exactly.
I hate it.
But I feel
I would
like
argue it's more bluesy than jazzy, really.
well, I feel like you've got to be in a very specific mood to listen to this album, and I was never in whatever mood I needed to be in to put up with this. So it's quite hard to listen to, and I think the thing is, it's not even that bad. It just didn't vibe.
triggered you.
Just didn't vibe with me. You know, he's a good singer, and the music was good. I think one of the points that I made was that you can't really even blame Robbie for this because he didn't write the lyrics because they're all fucking cover songs anyway. But there, a lot of the times the lyrics felt like they were just saying anything that rhymed. And it didn't matter if it correlated to like a theme of the song, as long as it like lined up with the rhyme to the next line.
I'm out for a walk. Oh yes, that's he's going. I'm eating my chalk. Why are you eating chalk? That seems inconsiderate.
It's like, I'm in a limousine. Oh shit, my next line's 35. I'm in a limousine all night because I'm 35. He just does everything he can to make it rhyme. But again, that might not be Robbie's fault because he didn't write the lyrics. My least favourite song was Well, Did You Ever? Because it was just a mess.
Did you ever?
Just a bunch of men making random noise. And just never ever well, did you ever?
Oh, I tell you what about that song, actually. I thought that
go on.
sounded like it was straight out of an old Disney movie. Like, just the backing sound, forget the lyrics, what they're singing, it just sounded like it was straight off like a classic Disney
if you
movie. And it
can
was probably
call
because it was
them
about
lyrics.
that time.
If you can call them lyrics, they were more just bop 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 bop. That's the majority of the
What?
singing there.
Is that dubstep?
Just go bop 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 bop. Oh wait, that's Battlefield. Maybe I listened to the wrong album.
It's also Terminator 2.
But you know, Well, Did You Ever? I didn't ever like that song.
Wow.
So you know,
We got ourselves a funny over here.
it's me. I'm a funny.
Hi.
But other than that, just all the songs were kind of skippable for me. Like I was just never in the mood where it caught me, and I was like, yeah. It's a shame. It is a shame. I wanted to like it. I like to like things. My third favourite song is fucking Mr. Bojangles, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Mr. Bojangles.
It's just a cute, nice song. Still wouldn't ever go back and listen to it, but it's nice.
Just a
I'll
meme.
put it on every playlist we ever listen to.
I feel like the best parts of this album, best parts of the songs of this album were like when it went to like the big crescendos at the end, and when he finally kind of everything builds up to this one point. And I feel like those were the points that actually I went, oh, that's nice. But you know, those points of the songs only lasted for like 20 seconds.
And I think with that song, it has the biggest, because it has like the lows of just whistling to then the high point in that song.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the other songs don't ever have that big of contrast within the song, I don't think.
I
I
love
agree.
contrast.
My second favourite is Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. Because I feel like that had the best crescendo at the end. And I really liked it. I actually really liked the last, like, 40 seconds of that song. So, yeah, that was
Would you
nice.
ever listen to it?
No.
Oh.
And then my favourite was Straighten Up and Fly Right. Which is just because...
Really?
nostalgia from Fallout, and I just thought it was the catchiest. You know, the straighten up and fly right, just the
It
catchiest.
is catchy.
Yeah, it's just catchy, nice and chill. Probably the most
And doesn't he-
jazziest of jazz.
But then doesn't he say something like, "Hey, baby mama, let me blow your top"?
No, he says something about his daddy blowing her top, doesn't he? Hold on, I've actually got the lyrics up because I
What
was
do the lyrics
comparing.
say?
It says, "Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top."
Down, Papa.
That's what he says. The lyrics are questionable, but he didn't write them, so you can't really downrate him for that.
We can't keep giving him the benefit of the doubt. Robbie's the one that did this, not us. We're just here to review it.
So, all in all, I was just didn't vibe. I did not pass, like Aidan says, I didn't pass the vibe check. I was just incredibly bored. I never wanted to listen to it. But it wasn't even that bad. And just didn't gel with me.
Oh, that's that song by Aidan.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
Sorry,
Aidan.
the song is called
Aidan.
By Aidan.
Aidan by Aidan.
Self-titled
Does it
song.
reset every 70 years? So if you claim it, bang on 70 years later, you've got it locked in for 70 years
Yeah, they can't
until
stop
the
me.
next person.
They can't stop me.
Imagine that being like your whole heritage and lineage. It's like, son, on this day at this time, you must
to.
claim the right to this song.
I'm going to die, but tomorrow at 12 a.m.
This is your song.
Alton Towers will try and take it off me again, those jammy bastards. Also, don't ever go on the Smiler if you don't want to lose your leg.
Right.
He's dead.
Ratings. Oh, I know. Actually, is it a thumbs up or thumbs down from Joe?
Oh, it's a thumbs down. It's a
Do we do that at the end? I can't remember.
No, it's fine. We do it
just
now.
do it. Just
So-
do it whenever.
It's a thumbs down from
It's
Joe.
a thumb down. It's a Joe
Oh,
disapproved.
yeah. Joe disapproves.
My first disapproved album.
It's not.
No, I thought the last one was. I know it was the Backseat Lovers because you were like, can I give half? And then was like, no, you were up, down.
Can I give it half up? No, then all the way down.
That's it.
All or nothing, baby.
Sake.
You fucking idiot.
I think it's because at the end I was like, would you ever listen to it again? You're like, no. So how is it a thumbs up?
That's true. May as well
Right.
make this album a 0 then.
Right. Ratings. 5.5.
3.
2.
3.
It's just so.
13.5.
And what?
13.5.
That's pretty bad. It's not the worst album of all time.
Does have Mr. Bojangles on it.
But is
It's one redeeming fact.
it better? Is it better?
Actually,
or
bump me up to 4. I'm thinking about it. No, don't.
Is it worse or better than Kanye?
Oh, that is a good question, actually, because Kanye
Thing
was
is
like
that
our
this-
first really bad album.
The trouble is, this hasn't had a really massive boost from anyone.
And it was
No.
also my first album I picked. I think.
Are you going to pick
Fair.
another Kanye album?
I might do.
Even with the controversy?
That would be, get clicks though, because it's.
Oh, clickbait. We'll call.
It is.
Actually, yeah. I'll dress up as Pete Davidson as well.
So Robbie is the 6th worst album we've listened to.
6th worst. That's not. I assume most of them are either Kanye or metal. But,
Well,
or
the
KSI.
worst 3 are all Joe picks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's North Lane Alien is the worst.
You guys didn't give North Lane Alien the
That
true...
one guy we had. That
He was
one time we had
so
a
mad.
fan.
I like the idea that he was he was part of that band, and he was so mad about it. He was like, an album review for our
I
album.
think because the thing is, I think that got a really bad rating because I also didn't like it. So
Well,
it's
you
like,
gave it a
shit.
4, and no one
Yeah.
else gave it above a 1.
Yeah, it was
Oh my
so
God.
bad.
Yeah, so I think that's the only album actually that no one ever gave above a 5. Is
Well,
that album, and then it was Periphery. 5 Hail
that
Stan.
that didn't get respect. I don't need it.
Architects Holy Hell, KSI. Linkin
KSI's
Park.
down there.
No, KSI's down there.
What did Will rate it?
7.
So it got crushed by us then.
Yeah. Well, you gave it a 1.
I mean,
And Joe gave it. You and Joe both gave it a 1.
I don't remember it, but I feel like I could probably stand by that pretty
Yeah.
I think
accurately.
you'd prefer his second album. It is a lot better.
In terms of Kanye scored 1 point higher than this album.
Oh, whoa. Whoa.
The thing is, the way you were
Damn.
talking about it, Denver, made me think you were going to give it like a 6 or a 7. I suppose a 5.5 is nearly that, but the point being is like,
Well, it's because I like certain songs on it, but I realised
Most of
listening
them
to the
are
whole
just
album
like-
just drags. And it's album review at the end of the day, so
not song review.
no. Like, I think I picked about 5 songs that I would just listen to them on repeat and I'd kind of leave the rest.
Technically, now that I think about it, I would keep bringing up the lyrics, but it's not lyric review, so I need to stop doing that.
It is the whole package, isn't it?
Yeah, but how deep do you go? That symbol in one song didn't sound right. It's a 9.
I did actually note, I didn't say that this did use open hi-hats, which was in the other one, but it used them like in a nice way.
Shut the fuck
Okay.
up. You look so proud of yourself. You're like, It's like, fuck you. Shit, Joe, what's... Oh, wait, sorry, I'm
go
not
on,
allowed
Joe.
to say that.
What's that?
It's your pick, Joe.
What's the next album?
The next album is Makari Hyperreal.
How do you spell that?
Makari.
Hyperreal.
Hyperreal.
Oh, fuck. Let's go.
Pretty sure there's like 2 good songs and the rest is shit.
Okay.
We'll see. I haven't listened to it, so
Is
I
it
don't know.
metal?
It's
not
not
metal.
metal.
No.
It's not metal.
Oh,
It's
no.
I'd say like rock, alternative rock.
It's a bit indie.
It's a bit indie.
Wow. I'd say I'm excited for it, but I could think of better.
Nice. That was a good pun there.
Has Joe got any closing thoughts?
Did you know?
Well, Denver's got to ask first. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
He's just too busy doing other stuff.
Any closing thoughts, Joe?
Did you know armadillos are bulletproof?
You already did that one.
Did I? Am I getting to the
Definitely.
point where I'm repeating fucking...
Yeah, no, you've definitely done that one
I'm
before.
repeating things.
There's also quite a famous story of a guy that shot an armadillo and it come back and hit him in the
I was
dick.
gonna say, didn't yeah?
It's,
He got
Didn't it
shot in the
ricochet?
crotch. Yeah, it did. That happened like a couple years ago. That wasn't
Is it
even
because
that
they're
long.
like it's like their skin? It's like layered so
Yeah.
much. It's like bullets just can't do shit.
What else you got, Joe?
Did you know
Yep.
that movie trailers originally played after the movie?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that you've said that one as well.
No, I fucking have
Yes,
not.
you definitely have.
No, I have not.
Joe, I've heard this, and I don't look up facts.
I have not.
One more.
I think even I recognise that one.
One more for the road. Come on.
Fuck me.
No,
Are
thank
you getting these off the same website? Is this the problem?
Did you know
Yep.
that fucking Frankenstein's creature is vegetarian?